Hello students, welcome to the class of FYBCom. We are learning accountancy and financial management, and we are learning the topic of capital expenditure, revenue, deferred revenue expenditure, capital receipts, revenue receipts, right? And already we have seen about the capital expenditure. So capital expenditure was which expenditure? Which was incurred for acquiring assets or purchasing assets, which were incurred for constructing assets or for extension of any asset, for improving the life of any asset. Now we are going to see the concept of revenue expenditure. So what is revenue expenditure? Kohler has defined the revenue expenditure. It is an expenditure charged against operation. So what is this operation? Operation means what? Operating activity. Operating activity. That is what? Normal course of business. Note this down. Normal course of business, or it is also called as day-to-day affairs, right? So what is your actual business? If you are selling some grocery, then selling grocery is your operating activity, right? If you are manufacturing some spare parts of car, that manufacturing is your operating activity, right? So revenue expenditure is such an expenditure which is charged against this operating activity, a term used to contrast with capital expenditure. That means revenue expenditure is exactly in contrast with, means opposite of the capital expenditure. Any expenditure which is not a capital expenditure and which is incurred for carrying the day-to-day business activities is called revenue expenditure. Such expenditure may be incurred for maintaining the fixed assets, for which this has been used for maintaining the fixed assets. In the state of working efficiency, why we need to maintain the fixed asset? Because the fixed asset should be in the working condition, right? Their efficiency should be maintained. The benefit of such expenditure is for short period. Second feature of this revenue expenditure is it is for short period. In any case, not more than a year. That is means what? The benefit of revenue expenditure will be only for 1 year. Next, it is not spread over the years to come. That means there is no future benefits. In capital expenditure, we have written that there are future benefits, but not in the revenue expenditure. The value of the expenditure is comparatively small. The value of this revenue expenditure, that means the amount you have expended for this is comparatively small, but not always. It is not necessary. If you are going to purchase a raw material of 20 lakh rupees, then the amount is not small, but still it is revenue expenditure because you are purchasing raw material. It is related to the operating activity. It includes such items as replacement, repairs, renewals, depreciation of fixed assets. See what items include which are related to fixed assets. Replacement. If you are going to change some minor part, then repairs. If you want to repair the fixed assets, if you want to renew the fixed asset, if you are having a factory and you are coloring it, so that is renewation. Then depreciation on fixed asset. Every year you charge the depreciation. That depreciation is also your revenue expenditure. Then discounts. To debtors you allow discounts or you allow cash discounts, or these discounts are what? Revenue expenditure. Raw materials. You need raw materials for production. That is also revenue expenditure. Wages. Again you convert the raw material into finished goods. That is for that purpose you need to employ the labor and you have to pay them. So those wages are also revenue expenditures. You have administrative employees. You are having supervisors at your factory, and for these people, you have to pay salary. You have to incur money for them. Those salaries are also revenue expenditure. Power. Power is why do you require power? You require power in factory for running the machinery, and in offices for running the fans. You need electricity for running the office. So all that power is also revenue expenditure. These are charged to profit and loss account. So this is the accounting treatment of revenue expenditure, where you are going to charge it to profit and loss account to ascertain the profit. The word is remained here. Ascertain the profit or loss from the business. So what is the ultimate use of this classification? That you need to ascertain proper profit or loss of your business. So do you got this concept of revenue expenditure? Let us move forward. So test of revenue expenditure. Already in the definition we have covered all this, but let us see once again then. Right? First, the amount spent is relatively small. The amount is what? Small. Right? But not always. I had given the example of raw material. You may purchase raw material of rupees 10 lakh. Like, but it may not be, it is a large amount, it is heavy amount, but still it is revenue expenditure because you have purchased a raw material which is related to your operating activity, right? But if you purchase a stationery of rupees 25 rupees, then also it is revenue expenditure. The purpose is to maintain the business asset in usable or working condition. Various things you do to maintain your assets. You need to make the maintenance of the machinery. You need to repair the machinery. You need to repair the furniture or vehicles which are used for distribution of your goods. So all these things need maintenance. So all this maintenance cost is called as revenue expenditure. The benefit of such expenditure is exhausted in a short period. So benefit is how much? Short period benefit. It is not more than 1 year. That means the benefit is only for 1 year. Right? Then the expenditure is of a recurring nature. Recurring means what? It is arising again and again. You need to purchase raw material again and again. You need to pay wages, daily wages, or you need to pay every week the wages you have to pay, salaries you have to pay every month, right? It is shown in profit and loss account. On which side we are going to show the profit revenue expenditure? We are going to show it on the debit side of the profit and loss account. So not only just profit loss account but also trading account, right? So you show purchases on trading account, right? If you are having manufacturing account, then you show the wages, right? Factory rent. So all these are what? Revenue expenditure. Then salaries, office rent, warehouse expenses, depreciation, all these things are what? Revenue expenditure. Okay, let us move forward. See the examples of revenue expenditure. Number one, expenses relating to the business activities. Business activity means what? I have already told you business activity means operating activity. That is, the second name is normal course of business. Third name is day-to-day affairs or day-to-day activities. Right? So what are these business activities? First, it is production. If you are a manufacturing concern, you are going to produce goods. So production is your business activity. Second, administration. You have to administer the business. That is also your business activity. Third activity, selling and distribution. It is not enough to produce the goods, you have to sell the goods. If you are a trading concern, you will purchase material, you will purchase the finished goods from someone else and you will sell these goods to the consumers. So selling and distribution is also your business activity. And finance expenses, you need to pay the bank charges, you need to pay the interest So all these finance expenses are also part of your business activity. Let us see the second example. Expenses incurred to earn income. So if example is given, interest on loan taken for purchase of share. If you have incurred some expenses with a purpose to earn the income. So here let us see this example only. Interest on loan taken for purchase of shares. You are going to purchase some shares. Why you are going to purchase some shares? Because you want to earn what? Dividend. You want to earn what? Dividend. So you are going to earn some income. But you don't have that much money in your pocket. Right? For purchasing shares. How much money you need? You need 5 lakh rupees here in this example. You need 5 lakh rupees for purchasing the shares. So what you have done? You have taken a loan from bank. So now bank will what charge? Bank will charge interest. Okay. So bank is going to charge interest rupees 20,000. And how much dividend you got? On 5 lakh rupees shares, you got some dividend of rupees 40,000. Okay. So for earning 40,000, you have incurred the expenses of 20,000. So this 20,000 will be treated as revenue expenditure. Third example, cost of tools. In production or in your office, you use small tools. So these small tools or loose tools will be not treated as fixed assets, right? So these tools expenses will be treated as revenue expenditure. Fourth, expired cost. It is the cost from which no benefit is expected in future. When you purchase something and you know that there is no benefit in future upcoming year there is no benefit, then such costs are called as expired cost. For example, if you are arranging some event in your office, right? So that event is over now and you have expended rupees 5,000 for that event, but now there is no further benefit of that event. So this 5,000 is what? Expired cost, and that will be treated as revenue expenditure. Next, expenses of revenue nature incurred after plant starts commercial production. See, in capital expenditure, we have seen that unless and until you start commercial production with the factory or the plant, all the expenses will be treated as capital expenditure. But once you start the commercial production, then all these expenses will be treated as revenue expenses. Let us see, if you are going to start a factory and you have brought some machineries and you have appointed two labor there for training, and these labor are taking training on those machines, and that training cost is rupees, here I am going to write, suppose this training cost is rupees 30,000, right? So training is, in general, it is revenue expenditure, but you are giving this training before start of the production. So what will be treated as? It will be treated as capital expenditure. Now, on suppose 1st January your factory started, right? And you have started the production. Now what happened? You need some 2 more labor to run that machine. 2 more labor. Now they must be given training. but now their training cost is also revenue nature. So now this will be treated as revenue expenditure. Do you got the difference? This was also training expenses, this is also training expenses, but this is before starting the production and this is after starting the production. Okay, after starting the production, now that expense will be treated as revenue expenditure. Let us see the next example. Expenditure which maintains the asset in working condition. All the expenses for maintenance of the assets. If you are having a machinery in your factory and if you are oiling that machinery, that oiling expenses will be treated as revenue expenditure. If it needs repairs, it is again revenue expenditure. If you change some screws of that machine, then that is also revenue expenditure. If you will change some small spare part, not big one, right? If you will change a big part and that will improve the useful life, then it will be capital expenditure. But if you are going to change a small part, then it will be treated as revenue expenditure. So all this maintenance will be treated as revenue expenditure. Suppose you are having an office building and that office building needs some cost of plumbing. Plumbing needs to be done. There should be repairs of the plumbing. That repairs of plumbing will be treated as revenue expenditure. If you are going to color your building, then that color expenses also will be treated as revenue expenditure. If you are going to do pest control in your building, right, there may be some insects, the spiders or cockroaches may be there, so you want to do the pest control. So that pest controlling expenses is also again for maintaining of the asset, to keep that asset into working condition, then that expense will be revenue expenditure. Last one example, research and development cost written off. If you are doing some research about your product, right? If suppose you are producing one soap, what is your factory producing? There is soap production, and now you want to add some different smell to your soap, and you are doing research and development, and for that research you incurred rupees 50 lakhs. But now this 50 lakhs, you cannot debit this 50 lakhs to your profit and loss account all at once. So what will you do? You will write off 5 lakh every year. So this return of amount will be treated as revenue expenditure. How much amount? Only 5 lakh. And the total 50 lakh, out of 50 lakh, remaining amount, how much remaining amount? 45 lakhs will be remaining. So these 45 lakhs will be treated as deferred revenue expenditure. We are going to see that concept of deferred revenue expenditure in latter section of this presentation. But now you need to understand about this amount written off. Just like the depreciation, the amount written off is also called as revenue expenditure. Okay. So what we have seen, revenue expenditure is smaller expenditure but not necessary. It is of recurring nature. It maintains the asset. It keeps the asset into working condition, and it arises from the business activity or operating activity, right? Or it may be the expense incurred to earn any income. It may be the expired cost. Okay. Now we are going to see the difference between capital expenditure and revenue expenditure. See this carefully. This is an important question. See, capital expenditure is incurred for what? It is incurred for assets, acquiring fixed assets, acquiring fixed assets intended for use in the business, right? And revenue expenditure, it is incurred for acquiring or producing goods for resale, means for business, right? Here you acquire what? Fixed assets. In capital expenditure you acquire what? Fixed assets. And here what you acquire? You acquire goods, right? That means raw material you acquire, or you incur it for producing goods. For production you need material, you need labor, you need some overhead expenses. So all these expenses incurred are called as revenue expenditure. Second distinction, capital expenditure is intended to extend or improve the existing fixed assets. What it does? It either extends the fixed asset or it improves the fixed asset. And revenue expenditure does what? It maintains the fixed assets in a good working condition. So if you want to improve asset, you have to incur capital expenditure. If you want to maintain asset, you have to incur the revenue expenditure. Next, it increases revenue earning capacity of a concern. So when you purchase a fixed asset or when you construct a fixed asset, you utilize it for your business activity. After construction of that asset, you may use it for administration activity, you may use it for production activity. So if you have purchased a factory, you will use it for production. If you have purchased a machinery, you will use it for production. If you have purchased a building for office, you will use for administrative activity. If you have purchased a warehouse, you are going to use it for your selling and distribution activity, right? So it is going to increase your revenue earning capacity. But the revenue expenditure does not increase your revenue earning capacity, right? It may be an expired cost. There is no future benefit. Next, the benefit of this expenditure, this means what? Capital expenditure extends for more than 1 year. The benefit of capital expenditure is more than 1 year, more than 1 year. And the benefit of revenue expenditure is for current period, that means current accounting year. So it is for 1 year only, maximum 1 year. Minimum it may be for 1 day also. It is next, fifth difference, it is not a loss to a concern. Though you have incurred heavy expenditure in purchasing fixed asset, in improving fixed asset, it is not loss because it is going to increase your revenue earning capacity, right? So it is shown in the balance on as what? As fixed assets, right? But revenue expenditure is a loss to concern, and so it is shown in the revenue account. Revenue account means what? Trading and profit and loss account, right? In that account on debit side it is shown. Next concept we are going to see is about deferred revenue expenditure. So till now we have learned about capital expenditure, then we have learned about revenue expenditure, and now we are going to learn about deferred revenue expenditure. So deferred revenue expenditure has some characteristics of capital expenditure and it has some characteristics of revenue expenditure. So which are these characteristics? We are going to see now. Deferred revenue expenditure is basically a revenue expenditure. That means it is having the characteristics of revenue expenditure. That means they are arising from business activity. From which activity it is arising? Mainly from business activity. But the benefit from such expenditure arises for a longer period. So now this is the feature of capital expenditure, right? So business activity is the from revenue expenditure, right? That is the feature of revenue expenditure. And longer benefit is a feature of which expenditure? It is the feature of capital expenditure. So ये दोनों मिला के what will happen? Deferred revenue expenditure, right? So it may be possible to ascertain such period, or it may be estimated. How much period benefit you are going to get, that period can be ascertained, it can be estimated. Examples of such expenditure. Number one, heavy expenditure for launching a new product. If you want to launch a new product, you need to make big advertisements. Right, big advertisements. Now you will make advertisement on television. Now you will make advertisement on social media, right? Then print media. So you are going to incur heavy money for that, right? And such heavy money, this is advertisement expenditure, and it relates to what? Business activity, but it has longer benefit, hence it is called as deferred revenue expenditure. Second, expenditure for issue or raising loan or capital. If you are going to issue capital, this capital word should be here. Expenditure for issue of capital or for raising loan or for raising capital. Whenever you issue shares, you need to do some expenses, right? You need to print a prospectus, you need to give advertisement into papers, right? Then you need to register your company with ROC. So all these things require money. All these things require money, and such expenditure will be called as share issue expenses. So such expenses are having longer benefit to your company, right? So this will be called as deferred revenue expenditure, but it is not creating any fixed set, right? You are raising loan, you are raising a liability, you are going to create a liability by incurring such expenses, right? So it is not earning any revenue till now. So that is deferred revenue expenditure. Further, expenditure for formation or registration. If you are going to register your company, you are going to form your company, then formation expenses have to be incurred. So such formation expenses will be also treated as deferred revenue expenditure. Then heavy expenditure of revenue expenditure, revenue nature, just like this, the same example it is. Then heavy expenditure on unsuccessful activities. For example, expenses on project report which was not taken up. Expenditure on borewell which did not yield any water. Suppose you are going to start a factory near Kolhapur. Which factory is that? Cashew factory. Where you are going to start it? In Kolhapur district. Okay. So you will make a project report. Then you will do the feasibility study. Feasibility means what? Whether it is feasible, whether it is practical or not, that you are going to see. And you found that installing a factory for production of cashew in Kolhapur is not feasible. It is not beneficiary. Then you will cancel it. So now you have incurred rupees 50,000 for this assessment. For this project report, you have incurred how much money? 50,000 rupees. And now you are not going to install any factory in Kolhapur. Right? So this is heavy expenditure incurred on unsuccessful activity. So that will be treated as deferred revenue expenditure. Last example, capital expenditure not represented by asset. For example, cost of insurance. If you have taken insurance of the key persons in your business, that insurance is a heavy premium for suppose you have incurred 1 crore rupees as insurance premium and you have insured all your key employees, but that is not your asset, right? That insurance premium, insurance policy will not be your asset, so it is not represented by any asset. Then such capital expenditure, capital means it is having benefit for many years, right? So such capital expenditure not represented by asset will be called as uh, deferred revenue expenditure. Another example I am going to give you. Suppose you have your factory near Kuda railway station. Where your factory is? Near Kuda railway station. And your raw material comes from the railway station, right? So from the railway station, here it is your railway station, right? And here it is your factory, okay? So from the railway station, you need to take the wagons of your raw material. So what you have done? You have done a railway siding there. So you have put one railway track from the railway station to your factory, and from that railway siding you are getting your raw material. You are transporting your raw material from this railway station to your factory, right? So now what happens? This is capital expenditure. You are going to get benefit for many years. It may be there for 50 years, it may be there for 100 years, right? So you are going to get the benefit for so many years, right? But the space, the land where you have put on this railway siding is belongs to Kuda Municipal Corporation. म्हणजे कुडाळ नगरपालिका त्यांच्या मालकीची. आता कुडाळ नगरपालिका नाही आहे, बट दिस इज एन एक्झाम्पल, ओके? सो कुडाळ म्युनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन. सो this does not belongs to you. This land does not belongs to you, but you have put the railway siding here. So this is a capital expenditure, but still this asset is not yours, so it is not representing any asset. So such cost of railway siding will be treated as deferred revenue expenditure. Okay. So we have seen different examples of deferred revenue expenditure. Now further we are going to see about the receipts. There are again two types of receipts. First are capital receipts, second are revenue receipts. Till now we have discussed about the expenditures. We have discussed about three types of expenditure: capital expenditure, revenue expenditure and deferred revenue expenditure. Now we are going to talk about the receipts. So what is a capital receipt? Capital receipt represents capital brought in by the proprietor which are not of recurring nature. So capital it is of non-recurring nature, right? And revenue receipts are recurring nature. So it represents what? Capital brought in by the proprietor. And revenue receipt means what? It represents income from sale of goods, interest received, it may be also dividend received. So all these are called as revenue receipts. But if you raise a share capital of rupees 50 lakh, then it will be called as capital receipt. Okay. So such raising capital or raising loan, if you are taking loan from bank, then if the loan is of rupees 10 lakh, then that will be treated as capital receipt. Okay. Further, some capital receipts such as loans, deposits received as liabilities, right? So, if you are going to raise a share capital, that is also liability. If you are going to get the loan, that is also liability. If you are going to accept public deposits, then that is also your liability. But revenue receipts are not your liabilities, right? Revenue receipt is what? It is your revenue, it is your income. That's not your liability. If you sell goods of rupees 10,000, then 10,000 is not your liability, that is your revenue. Fourth, capital receipts which are liabilities are to be repaid. Repayment is necessary in case of all these capital receipts. But revenue receipts are not to be repaid as they are not liabilities. For example, if you sell goods of rupees 2 lakh rupees and you got rupees 2 lakh from your debtors, then you are not going to repay these 2 lakhs to the debtors again, right? So that is your income. Fifth, capital receipts are not gains to the concern. It is not your gain. You have got money from issuing shares of rupees suppose 5 lakhs, but that is not your gain, right? That is your what? Liability. And in contrast, revenue receipts are the gains to the concern. Capital receipts are shown in balance sheet on which side? On liability side. And revenue receipts appear in revenue account, that means trading and profit and loss account. On which side? On credit side. If you receive bad debts recovered, then that is your capital, that is your revenue receipt, that will be recorded on credit side of profit and loss account. If you receive interest on loan given, then that will be also your revenue receipt. If you will receive dividend on shares, then that is your revenue receipt. It will be shown on the credit side of the profit loss account. If you receive any rent, right? If you have given premises on rent basis, then you will receive rent every year or every month, then that is your revenue receipt. For the next concept, we are going to see about the capital profit. So, two types of profit again, capital profit and revenue profit. Capital profit is arising from investing and financing activities. What is investing activity? Whenever you purchase or sell fixed assets or investment, that is your investing activity. Three types of activities are there. So, purchasing and selling of fixed assets or investment is called as investing activity. If you are raising any loan or capital, or if you are giving back or you are repaying the capital, then it is called as financing activity. And earlier, third activity we have already seen, that is operating activity. In the first slide itself, We have seen the operating activity, which is also called as business activity. What it includes? It includes production, administration, selling, and distribution. All these activity, and what? Finance expenses plus finance expenses. Finance expenses are different and financing is different, right? Financing means what? Raising loan or capital, right? And finance expense means what? Maintenance of this capital. Those are treated as finance expenses. So it includes operating activity. So these three activities are there. Now profit arising from these two activities is called as capital profit. And profit arising from this operating activity or business activity is called as revenue profit, right? So profit from sale of fixed assets, profit from sale of investment, profit on revaluation of fixed assets, profit on reissue of shares is treated as capital profit. And profit from selling the goods, you get the gross profit. When you deduct all the expenses, all operating expenses from that gross profit, you get the operating profit. So all these are revenue profits. Further, we are seeing losses. Again, the bifurcation is same as the profit. Capital loss arises from investing or financing activity, whilst revenue loss arises from operating activities. Examples: loss on sale of fixed assets, loss on sale of investments. Example of revenue loss is gross loss or operating net loss. So that's all for today. Write all these concepts in your notebook, and further during the next session we are going to solve some illustrations related to this topic. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.